And we live. Salute. What's good? Y'all already know what time it is with me. To anybody entering the building, to anybody that catch this on the replay, y'all know what time it is. Do me a favor before you walk in my house, take your shoes off, dust your feet off, sit back and enjoy the ride. And remember to do all that typical YouTube shit, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. It's gonna be quick. Um, was gonna do this tomorrow, but since somebody asked me to oblige today, get this over with real quick. It's kind of like simple, even off of first watch. Like I don't get the people saying they need to watch it again, but we're gonna start at the complaints about the stream itself. For one, two events going on at the same time on the same streaming platform, which was Rap Grid. Had the King of the Dot shit going on and Remy shit going on, which shouldn't have happened. But what else was she going to use when it comes to the battle rap shit? What else was she going to use outside of Rap Grid? These servers couldn't handle both events, unfortunately. But I didn't have no issue. I no bullshit. I didn't have no issue. And I felt bad for her because Quarter Labs was slipping bad. They bootlegged that event. You know it's bad when it's like 10 channels on YouTube streaming it. That never happens. Never happens. Facebook, other platforms, yeah, they be late catching shit. But YouTube, hey Liz, salute, how are you? But YouTube, usually Quarter Labs catch that off the break. They didn't catch most of those channels till after the event. Don't know how that shit happened, but it was like 10 of them. Probably was more than that. You know what I mean? I paid my little money, watched it. I didn't know about streams cutting off and shit until after it was over. I didn't experience that. I don't know why, I don't know how, but I didn't experience it. And I wasn't the only one that didn't experience it. There was a couple of other people that said they didn't experience it. Whatever, whatever. But for the people who did, I understand why they upset. You spend $65. But for you motherfuckers that didn't spend no money and was watching it because somebody else was streaming and was complaining on a free stream that somebody else paid for, y'all can shut up. I would like to see the numbers from that event to see how many of these people that's complaining actually paid for it. I doubt it very seriously. Just saying. Some of y'all shouldn't even be saying nothing at all. But I don't really have no complaints about the stream itself. It was a little choppy. It was a little choppy. The audio was a little choppy, but she learning. She a year in. They get it right. She even used the avocado this time. So I don't even understand. Hey, Coco, my petty partner. I don't even understand why he was having audio problems. Avocado has been in the culture for years now, have done Summer Madnesses with 20, 25,000 in the building, all kinds of shit. Up until that uh, that old racist remark that he said a few years ago came out, he did every URL event and RBE event. He did both of them. Even if they had events on the same day, his people was doing the other one. Mostly would do RBE and he would stay and do the URL one. But URL kind of cut ties when the whole racist comment came out from like 5 years ago and shit. Within the context, I really didn't even give a fuck. I think I even talked about it once or twice. I don't fucking know. But before I even get into the event, in this cold open, I want to say 3 or 4 things that absolutely had nothing to do with this recap. And I know everybody busy right now with all this other shit. I just want to say this. The reason why a long time ago I stopped talking about sector shit on this channel, stopped being around certain places, and it took me a while to get to this place, right? Because when I first came here, when I first started doing content, I don't even want to say when I first came here because I don't know how the fuck I got here, right? Well, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Because I'm the hip hop guy. Even through that shit, throughout my channel, throughout the 3-4 years I've been here, it's been mostly hip hop and politics that I talk about. But when I did talk about the sector shit, when I first got to this motherfucker, I was under the impression, and I think everybody go through this, right? And it was a hard lesson that I had to learn, but I kind of learned it early. I thought to myself, me and Dice had this conversation a little while ago. I was thinking, because of the way I did my content, anybody that was around in the beginning, years ago, in the beginning, before I really knew what the fuck I was doing as a content creator on YouTube. I did radio, but it's different doing this shit here. I thought that everybody thought process was similar. Like I really thought these people was like, what's the word I'm looking for? I believed a lot of these people, right? Right, wrong, and different. I believed a lot of them, right? Whether I liked them or not, I took it as similar to the way I do my shit. I'm not saying that any content creator owes anybody the truth, because in actuality, no content creator does, unless their content is predicated off telling the truth, right? Other than that, if you're creating content, you whatever, you're doing skits, whatever, you don't have to be honest. You're doing pranks and shit. You don't have to be honest, right? They don't have to tell you that it's staged. They don't have to tell you that. I know half of the shit staged. When I saw the shit with Mano and the kid, and he fake choked him, I got like 10 emails. Street, you gonna speak on this? Mano choked the little kid. I knew what, the minute I saw it, I knew what it was. It didn't take nothing but a hot second. Mano ain't stupid. He don't choke somebody in front of the camera. Get the fuck out of here. This is a fucking prank. He been doing these things with Queens Flip for 2 years. But that's besides the point. Back to this shit. Over that course of time, when I was like that, when I was new and didn't understand a lot, didn't understand the people. I was thinking a lot of people was authentically being who they was, not characters. Right, wrong, or indifferent, but not a character, not doing or saying shit out of attention. That was my ignorance. Don't have shit to do with them. It was my ignorance, right? And all these fucking, and this is why, before I go where I'm going, this is why I stay exactly where I'm at. For those who laugh and for those that want to know, the reason why I fuck with Lil Sis and the rest of the pack is because from day one, she's been exactly who she says she is, right, wrong, or indifferent. It doesn't change. It doesn't move. It doesn't sway. She's exactly who she says she is on here. It doesn't change. You can't show me another one of these motherfuckers where it didn't change, where they was one way. I've been around for a while. Outside of Vic don't count. Everybody else was one way when they got here, halfway through the middle, changed who they was for whatever reason that may be. But they did. They did. I respect consistency. Even if you consistently an asshole, I'll respect it because you consistently like that. You're not picking and choosing when you like that. You're like that. Motherfuckers around here pick and choose. Who the fuck? And granted, I am always on the side of, even if, and the girls know this ain't no secret, even if somebody that I fuck with do something I don't like, I'm not going to speak about it on my channel. It's not my place to. If I gotta wait, I'll talk to them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that shit out loud. I ain't that type of person. So I don't expect for other people to do that. But what you can't do, well, what you shouldn't do, I don't like using the word can't. What you shouldn't do is speak on shit, take a stance on shit. Like you don't like that shit. Like you don't like something, but condone it when it's somebody you cool with, or make an excuse for it, because that's what motherfuckers do. They make an excuse for it. Oh, it's just YouTube. They just playing. Oh, it was a joke. That's why I was never on that shit. There's a video on this channel right now when motherfuckers is trying to get me to go along with the shit against Tommy. No, fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck what he said over there. Because to be honest, some of the shit I agreed with. And anybody that's been over here, y'all know my views on a lot of shit. I just happen to say it differently than he did. But it's way more people, way more of us that agreed with some of that shit. Maybe not the way he said it. Maybe not the way he said it. Maybe not the way he told some of his jokes and shit. But some of us that think logically knew the place that some of those jokes was coming from. The biggest mistake that he made sometimes was referencing himself under those jokes, because we take shit so literally, nobody ever got the basis of the joke. Like the shit he said about being a teacher at the school. I knew what the fuck he was attempting to say in the conversation that was attempting to be started. I knew that. Was it in poor taste? Yeah. But it's not no reason to get somebody fucking channel flag down when you motherfuckers say all kinds of weird ass shit, be around people that say all types of weird ass shit. And it's supposed to be okay because it's just YouTube, it's a joke, and all this other bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. My stance been my stance since I've been here. I don't give a fuck. It's been what it is. That's why I don't fuck with nobody like that. That's why I don't be getting on panels. That's why I don't be having conversation with these motherfuckers and none of that shit. I see phony. I treat this shit just like I do my real life. I don't give a fuck how y'all decide to move. I don't move like that. I just don't. If I wouldn't be next to you in real life, I'm not going to be next to you on here. Not going to happen. Not hitting the link to talk to you. I'm not doing none of that shit. I want to have a conversation with you. Weird ass niggas. And these weird. You ain't never seen me in none of these weird motherfuckers' channels. You ain't never seen me on their panels. I don't rap like that. It's not me. I don't get down like that. Not my thing. More power to them. I don't knock what nobody do. It's just I don't want to be around that shit because I know me. Right? Like I don't mention those people names over there. They dox me, all that shit. Had my ex-wife information up there, my kid. Who don't be on this shit. The fuck you do that for? Don't even make sense. When you didn't tell nobody nothing new. That's what was funny to me. You didn't tell nobody nothing new. But the reason why I didn't really speak on it like that, because My family listened to this shit. They wouldn't understand. They don't get the YouTube shit. They don't get that. To them, they just see disrespect. That's kind of sort of what I used to see. That's why I had to separate myself from that shit. That's why I even tried to stop doing live content for a while to get out of the live content algorithm. Because that's what YouTube ended up doing. Sticking all of us that do live content a certain way all together. These sectors merging don't have nothing to do with one individual going somewhere or this, that, and the third. It's the algorithm trying to place motherfuckers. They don't know what the fuck we're doing. We don't title tag none of that shit correctly. They don't know where the fuck to put it. So the algorithm is trying to figure this shit out. Well, they all seem to title this way. They all seem to do this. They all, all these motherfuckers doing the same shit somewhat. They don't know what the fuck going on. Ain't nobody being shadow banned. The algorithm don't know what the fuck we doing half the time. Because just like a video upload, you're supposed to title, tag, and all that shit correctly. A whole nother conversation. I don't want to get off point. I'm going to make this cold open short as possible. But anyway, back in those fucking times, most of y'all that's here now, Liz was here. Capo was here. It's a couple other people was here. That original 44, original 50 people that was originally here. They know and have seen me have these, I don't even want to say issues, conflicts with people. And honestly, I can say, and this is just me speaking candidly and honestly, nobody outside of those people and then some anonymous person that because I was doxxed twice before they did it, like a year in and shit. But unfortunately, I put myself in those situations, not understanding shit and running around hitting links and banging on people because of I thought me thinking that these people are coming from a genuine place. Ain't none of these motherfuckers genuine. It's all about attention. Attention is the new currency. Right? Half of these motherfuckers ain't making no real money. Not even off Cash Apps. It's a few. Outside of Lil Sis, it's a few. That COVID shit over. Everybody was getting a little piece of change during COVID. Shit, even me. But that shit over. A lot of this shit is just about attention and numbers, which means absolutely nothing, to be honest, especially if you're doing live content. It really don't mean nothing if people not donating. Even if you monetize, it don't mean too much of nothing when you're doing live content. Don't mean shit. It doesn't pay the same. Idiots, it don't pay the same. They don't pay you the same for live content. This is why you see bigger platforms do a live, take it down, and break it up into parts. That's why you see that. They immediately turn it into a video upload because they're not making that much money off of live. That's why a lot of y'all think it ain't no money in being monetized because of live content. Y'all not making no, it's all for attention. Y'all say this shit and then people sit around and condone it. If people wouldn't sit there, I have seen 400 people sit and watch a motherfucker talk about absolutely nothing only because they're afraid they're gonna miss something or because they're fucking nosy. What? This motherfucker been live for 7 hours. Then watch a motherfucker sleep. Motherfucker been asleep for an hour. It's still 100 people there. Why y'all here? This is the dumb shit. But then people talk about they got a stance. If you got a stance, that stance doesn't change. It doesn't change. No matter what, it doesn't change. I don't fuck with pedophiles, child molesters, rats. None of that shit. I don't give a fuck if it's a blood relative. Get the fuck up away from me. That's how we all was raised in my family. It doesn't matter who it is. We ain't fucking with you. That's including grandma. She the one said it. Fuck y'all talking about? She the one said it. That motherfuckers crazy. Y'all doing this shit and let motherfuckers just. Some of these motherfuckers should have never been given a smidgen of a look or attention. For what? I don't know how y'all find some of that shit even entertaining a little bit. The sad part about it is it's motherfuckers that run around that run around and ride for those people, bang for those people, and really could give two fucks, right? Like they really don't care. All they know is they have something in common. And that's the shit that happens around here. And what they have in common is these people dislike somebody that I dislike. So I can look past that. That's weak as fuck. Wouldn't dare do that shit in real life. All that enemy, get the fuck out of here. Not where the fuck I'm from. Not the lifestyle I used to live. I'd be damned. If you want to see some motherfuckers from over here be cool with these motherfuckers over here because we don't like these motherfuckers over here, and then I'm supposed to watch my back from the motherfuckers, you crazy. That is stupid. I'm sorry. And I don't like that whole ganging up on people. She's like, I don't like that shit. I think it's corny. When everybody decide this person's bad, I am not dealing with it. Fuck this person. Everybody got an issue with that person, and everybody fuck out of here. Some of it, to be honest, is a lot of these people really want. Never mind, I ain't gonna say that. But in short, all I'm saying is a lot of this shit. That's why I don't fuck around. That's why y'all don't see me places. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what I mean? Like some of this shit, I'll admit can be a little entertaining. You know what I mean? Some of the shit going on, especially some of the shit from outside of our sector, right? The new shit, but a lot of shit with history. And I try to tell people this all the time. The biggest mistake new people make is getting involved in shit that has history. You don't know. I don't give a fuck if you've been around for 2 years. You don't know. You don't know the shit that happened in 2019. You don't know the shit that happened in 20. You don't know. The best thing you can do is keep your mouth closed and observe. People are eventually going to show you exactly who they are. You can listen to that content creator you like all you want and think they're telling the truth. They going to show you exactly who the fuck they is Because more than likely they got a track record of doing whatever they done to somebody else, they gonna do to you. That's just what happens. They gonna do to you. And you know why? Because you motherfuckers make yourselves too accessible. If there's a link there, you want to hit a link, be on the link and talk to be seen. Some of you motherfuckers sit on panels just sitting there. Ain't said nothing. Just sitting up there. Because it's a lot of people there. You don't even know what the fuck they talking about. You just up on the panel. That's the part of this shit. That's why stop dropping my link. Like the fuck? Hey, fuck out of here. So this weird motherfucker start hitting my link. Get the fuck out of here. No. If it ain't for the family, no, I'm good. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to you weird motherfuckers. Fuck out of here. So hey, that's all everybody do. It's a link party. You motherfuckers are having party lines. You ain't content creators. You ain't even personalities. Y'all running fucking party lines. Y'all sit around and talk. And the sad part about it is, it's more men sitting on these panels, running their fucking mouths, saying all kinds of dumb shit out their mouths. And I've been consistent with, I have said this shit since day one. Y'all have never heard me speak on nothing with the women or the females, none of that shit. This sector is predicated off of the women. My thing always been is what ends up happening is all the men take on the persona or the personality of the women in the sector. They start talking like them, using phrases like them, all kinds of shit like them. And that shit be weird to me. I can't even fix my mouth to say some of the shit these motherfuckers be saying. That weird shit. And it just be one after another, one after another, one after another. Nothing changes. Some of these people just want to be a part of something. A lot of these motherfuckers don't have a lot going on. Unfortunately, in real life. And it's not to say that they don't have nothing. That's not what I'm saying. Because of the way we are as a society at this point, right? Like a lot of us have moved out of our hometowns and shit like that. A lot of us are not around family and friends and shit like that. And what we saw, especially during COVID and after, is a lot more people coming online because a lot of people stopped working. A lot of these motherfuckers never went back to work. For anybody that was around pre-COVID, think about how this sector was and how often people went live. Think about that shit. COVID came, it was 3, 4, 5, 6 lives a day. Motherfuckers live for 8, 9 hours and shit. Me and Dice ain't really care. We be at work and had something to be entertained about. Because the industries we in, they ain't give a fuck about no COVID. We was still working. That shit didn't matter. We was still at fucking work. They ain't give a fuck about no COVID. Didn't even mandate for us to get the fucking vaccine. They motherfucker come to work. Hey, we ain't trying none of that shit y'all talk about. We ain't shutting down for nothing. None of that shit. But it changed, and it's still consistently that this many people, I don't have that amount of time to be able to do that as frequently as some of these people do. It's lives that I literally had to stop. Like I got video uploads that's not even finished. I'm supposed to be celebrating 50 years of hip hop and barely getting through the video uploads and the shorts I've been doing. I figure I'd do the shorts and be kind of easy, quick, I know most of these songs off the top of the head anyway. I can get it in. I ain't even, don't have a lot of time to do that shit. So you motherfuckers not gonna tell me that you motherfuckers this busy in real life and got all this time to do all this fucking talking on here. And my last point, and then I'm gonna do this fucking recap and get the fuck up out of here. The main reason why I stopped talking about the sector shit and even change the direction of this channel, because originally the direction of this channel, for the people that was around back then that know, because this channel went through a major change, lost a lot of people twice. When I first came here, I was banging on the conscious community and Hassan Campbell and shit. You know what I mean? Didn't really fuck with Tommy too much. I think it's like 1 or 2 videos on here about Tommy. All those videos that was about the conscious community and Hassan Campbell are now gone because people kept finding the channel based on those videos and then asking when I was going to do another one. Ain't going to be another. And because what I realized through that process is that I didn't want to be known for that, because even though I might not agree with a lot of that shit in the conscious community and a lot of those people, it was kind of a waste of my time, because what I have to do is watch those people. That means I have to watch something I don't like in order to talk about it. I didn't want to do that. I didn't find that interesting. So I had to stop and lost all those people. And that's fine. Then I lost some people again because of this shit with Lil Sis. But I could gave a fuck. Those people can go pack their bags. Bye. Bye-bye. I don't give a fuck. But the main point is I didn't want to, because my thought process now, at the stage I am at now in life, it's a lot of shit that I look at. Like, I get why people care, why people talk about it, why people dwell on it. But my question always is how does any of that change or better you or the people you're talking to? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I get it. I'm mad too, yeah. Okay, what's next? We don't use this shit in the capacity that we supposed to use it for. Right? We can reach anybody, anytime. A group of people is people with thousands of people in their chat talking about absolutely nothing. Not giving information, not building, not putting together any. People would sit on these platforms and complain about what's happening in the community, and nobody thinks about putting something together for the community. And when somebody does, people attack that person. Like, a lot of people know how I feel about the old nigga, but honestly, I don't even have no gripe against the old motherfucker. Our views just didn't match, right? And that's fine. But I never said nothing about the shit that he did, because right, wrong, and indifferent, he did it. Doesn't matter why. The same thing with the weird nature man, nature boy, whatever the fuck it is, motherfucker, right? I don't like the motherfucker. Yeah, in jail. I get all that. But he did something that a lot of you motherfuckers talk about doing. No matter, I get what happened, why it happened. I get all that shit. I don't know none of the history, could give 2 fucks about that shit. But he did something that people sit around and talk about doing. Leaving here and starting down. He did that shit. But what nobody thinks about is what comes along with doing something like that. I done said that shit 1,000 times. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't do nothing like that without. I ain't even gonna get into all that. But I'm just saying, in a nutshell, all those reasons is the reasons why I stopped speaking on a lot of shit. Stop. Totally stop. Because it just wasn't worth my time anymore. Because nobody, most, I don't want to say nobody, most of these people around here don't, this shit is, because there's no real consequence to nothing anybody does on this fucking platform. And it's an experiment, a social experiment that I've been meaning to show you all. But I haven't had time to do it. I think I recorded it. I can't remember. But it's a social experiment that that this TV network did, where they tricked the studio audience into believing that the guy that they were sitting there watching was involved in a game show, and they had control over what he did. Right, so they'd press a button and they had control over, and they would give them some fucked up choices and good choices, like if he go in here, he'd go through this door and it'd be $1,000 or some shit. I'm ad-libbing this part. I can't remember if that's what it was or not, but it was some good shit. And then it would be some bad shit, like him have an altercation at a bar, and a girl accused him of touching her butt, and her boyfriend come over and approach him. 85% of the audience, 85% of the audience always chose the bad option. 85% of these motherfuckers always chose the bad option, never choosing the good option. And then when they staged him getting hit by a car because of the decision they made, everybody, oh. But because it wasn't no face to the decisions and wasn't no real consequence to the decision, nobody thought twice about what they pressed. And that's what happens on here every single day. Is because there's no real consequence. It has no real effect over them unless they dealing with certain people, but it has no real effect on their lives. People believe that they can do and say whatever the fuck they want to say on here, and even be whoever the fuck they want to be. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't never been outside, ain't never did half of the shit they said. Know how to talk tough and know how to talk gangster. Most real gangsters stay out of the way. If you didn't live that life, peace is important. Peace is important. Very important. You know what I mean? But anyway, that was my fucking 5 cents of that shit. Stupid ass shit. I give a fuck. Like a lot of these corny ass, I wouldn't even. I never even got the ghetto intellect thing. Like I never even got it. This is why y'all really never seen the interaction. I didn't even get the name. Because I'm looking at it like I would have changed my name. Like, nigga, it's a street knowledge. This is the same name, nigga. It's the same name. It's the same exact name. Nobody said nothing. Me and Dice. It's the same name. And I been here. Been here. And suddenly here comes a ghetto intellect whose name was something else first. Here he come. Nobody said shit. I'm looking like, what the? I was like, yo, you see this shit? I was like, yeah, I see this. What the fuck is this? What? You couldn't think of nothing else. What? It's literally the same fucking name. The same name. What the fuck are we related, nigga? Get the fuck out of here. I wouldn't dare. This is shit I be talking about. I wouldn't dare. No way possible. And these are motherfuckers that people chose and choose to be around. People surround, like, I'm a common believer in real life and even on here. I don't surround myself around sucker shit. I don't give a fuck. You people can say YouTube or not, and people just jokes and people just this. Yeah, some shit can be, I mean, be funny and shit. But for the most part, I know some people be like, Street, you be too serious. Da, da, da. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. And that's because sometimes I don't find a lot of shit funny. I fuck with this. I fuck with Sis in the Pack because the main reason, consistency, and the weirdest shit back then is when a lot of people are saying shit about one person in particular. I need to understand why. I need to see it for myself. That's the type of person I am. I have done shit just to see if it was what people said it was. When the whole Freemason topic was hot years ago, when these devil worshippers and people was talking about when you go through the initiation process and sacrificing and all this shit, you know what I did? I asked one to be one. And it wasn't none of that shit. What none of that shit. I was almost disappointed. I ain't see no babies. I ain't see no fucking goat head. I ain't see none of that shit. None of that. If half of y'all knew the truth, y'all be disappointed. I'm dead serious. If I could even remotely say the truth, y'all be very, very disappointed. I'll be like, what the fuck? Really? That's all that shit is? Y'all be disappointed as a motherfucker. But anyway. And it's like that with a lot of shit. Like, to be honest, it's like that with a lot of shit. But that's the good thing. You know what I mean? And I don't like to piss on people. You know what I mean? Shit. I used to be like that. I used to be one of those people that especially when I first started gouging into information, that's why I'm always respectful of people's opinion, because I know what that feels like to want to share it with everybody when you find out something. And you want to change people's minds and you want to enlighten them. But there's some motherfuckers that's not ever going, I mean, all I look at is now at least the person is on the right track when you start questioning shit. But you gotta realize you ain't even at the truth yet. You probably never going to be at the truth because you should continue questioning. When you stop questioning, you done fucked up. Because you even got to question the information that you done found out that wasn't the right information. You still got to question that. You got to question the shit that you believe. You got to find out the origin of what you believe in order to gain understanding. And it ain't about whether or not you lose something in the process, because you should gain something. If that makes sense. People don't never want to look at how something starts. That's how you gain understanding for something, is how it started. Not how you've been told. If you look at how a lot of shit started, you gain understanding of the why. And that's it. And that's that. All right, let's get to this fucking recap so I can get the fuck up out of here. Because the recap is easy. Saturday, Remy had her anniversary. And shout out to Remy for what she doing for the girls. I think it's a good look. I'm feeling bad for her, because this culture is not appreciative. This culture doesn't support like it should. And that's on both sides, whether it be battle rap or whether it be hip hop. Hip hop literally turns 50 this year, and not one major hip hop platform has dedicated any time to that. Not one. With all these motherfuckers making money off of the back of the culture, none of them, Math Hoffa, excluding Joe Budden because they have mentioned it on more than one occasion. So excluding them in Mass Appeal, Nas's shit. But everybody else, MREC, this motherfucker, none of them fucking platforms have mentioned the fact that the culture turns 50. But they will sit on these platforms and talk about the fucking Illuminati shit and all this other dumbass shit when right, wrong, and different, y'all making money off of the culture. The culture has changed a lot of people's lives. I don't give a fuck what people think about it. I don't care if people believe whatever. People are likely to believe whatever the fuck they want to believe. I don't give a fuck about any of that. With a lot of shit is good and bad. That's the balance of the world. But all we ever concentrate on is the bad. You don't even get it. Like, why is it only us? Why the fuck is the Illuminati filled with rappers and basketball players and actors that happen to be black? Has anybody ever thought about that shit? It makes no sense. But hey, that's what motherfuckers want to believe. They don't support. And I'm pretty sure that so far, since she done been in battle rap, she has lost $250,000 that she hasn't made back yet. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't buy that pay-per-view because, like I said at the beginning of this, I know at least 10 channels that were streaming it and bootlegging it with thousands of people in their stream. Because a motherfucker tried to send it to me. Don't send it to me. I already paid for mine. I'm watching it. Fuck you want to send it to me for? I am always supporting the culture. From day one, from buying the DVDs and shit. I didn't buy bootleg DVDs. But anyway, she put on an event. She put on an event in New York. She tried to, she went to somebody this time that been in the culture for years, and that was Avocado. Avocado does good work. I don't blame Avocado for the stream being fucked up. That's a Rap Grid problem. And Rap Grid traditionally has been the platform, one of the only pay-per-view streaming platforms that battle rap has been able to use, and that's a problem, right? Which leads to one of the reasons why URL went to Caffeine, because you're not going to make, and I'd be glad when other motherfuckers figure this out. Like, I'm not a league owner. I'm not any of that shit. I've been around the culture for a while. I know a couple of local league owners and shit like that, and people that have put on events. I know motherfuckers don't buy pay-per-views like that. And do you know how much money you have to spend for that shit? It's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. You're not even going to recoup any of that part of it back. The venue or some of that shit, you'll get back from the people that come in and shit, be able to pay for that shit, but that's still just breaking even or whatever. You know what I mean? But they had a nice venue, a venue that in New York that battle rap hasn't frequent. You know what I mean? SOBs has been a staple for Rare Breed Entertainment. And the bigger venues in New York is where URL used to be at, up until that shooting happened. And then they kind of uh they banned hip hop in general from those venues. Then they let hip hop back, and then battle rap had a hard time getting back in those venues up until last year. That's just crazy. But anyway, the event took a long time to fucking start, like all fucking battle rap events do. I don't know what people was expecting. I don't even know why people was complaining. I think people forgot because URL been on caffeine and there's been a little more organization to it, to the starting time when people come in and all that shit. So things been moving a little quicker over there than typical. But I remember, and for anybody that ever been to an event, if they say they opening the doors at 2 o'clock and you not there in line at 10 o'clock in the morning, the fucking line be all the way around it. Should be ridiculous. But anyway, MREC and what's her name was the host. People dragged them the whole beginning of the stream. They dragged the fuck out of them the whole beginning of the fucking stream. They was getting fucking dragged. And it wasn't their fault. They was just trying to buy time until the event started. The event started for the with the two young ladies that came from the tournament. It was C3 and Caution with a K from Red Breed Entertainment, and C3 washed her. It wasn't even close. It's levels this shit, and C3 washed her. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. This is clear. That was the only battle that was judged because it was for the money. It was for 25,000, which is the most. Sadly, no matter what Miss Hustle say, that I believe. Well, I kind of know that a female battler has gotten for battle. But even in that situation, look at how many people she had to battle to even get that money. But anyway, C3 won the 25,000, unanimous decision by the judges. I agree with their decision. Prestavia and Prestavia. Gun Titles, what up? I know a lot of people and a lot of bloggers, and she's saying like surf. No, the fuck she didn't. No, she didn't. She didn't go into AMG mode. She didn't do none of that, but she damn sure can rap her ass off. She beat official. Clear. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Clear. And it's not because I'm Gun Titles and none of that shit. She beat official clear. It was smooth. It was better. Everything. The scheme, the Jeffrey Dahmer scheme she had was ridiculous. The what? Even Remy was like, what the fuck? If it wasn't for A-Ward, she would have had performance of the night. If it wasn't for what A-Ward did to Vixen. Vixen was looking really good up there. I don't know what the fuck she had around her waist, but she was looking real good up there. But he beat on her. She tried. But again, it's levels this shit. But Prestavia beat official every round. If somebody want to give official the first round, they just doing it just to be doing it. Prestavia won clearly. No ifs, ands, or buts about that shit. That shit is clear. The next battle was clear. A-Ward, clear. It's levels this shit. He showed the fuck off. Unfortunately, it had to be Vixen. She looked good though. She looked damn good, but she got an ass for it. But she was still good. Like her stock don't go down. You know what I mean? Her stock don't go down. She still get another battle. She be fine. Easy and Hitman. The battle that we here to recap in the first place. I'm not even going to recap the Miss Hustle battle. This battle, a lot of people said a lot of things. People had money on this battle. Uh, people had streaming parties with judges and shit because they had money on this battle. I didn't do a prediction on the channel for that particular battle, but I did somewhere else, um, on somebody else's platform, on another platform. And my exact words was, if Hitman takes the angle that I believe he's going to take, he loses. And that's what he did. What you can't do in front of a crowd, any crowd, especially in battle rap, because what you're gonna have, and maybe if it was somewhere else, I don't give a fuck where it would have been at. Because I know people think that now in battle rap, and it is a lot of nerds in battle rap now, which is a good thing. It's a lot of squares that love the culture and appreciate the culture way more than it used to be. You know what I mean? But you still always going to have the majority of the elements still be street and value that. So when you take an angle against against a rapper, a battle rapper that hasn't reached the plateau of you, Mr. Wildin' Out, Mr. TV show, whatever the fuck, and you take the angle that I'm better than you because I done this, you're gonna lose that crowd. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're losing that crowd. The only person that has been able to do something like that successful was Lux, and it's because of the way he did it. He didn't talk down on Calico. He didn't do that. What Hitman decided to do was take that approach. Wrong approach. He should have kept it battle rap. He should have took the approach that Surf took with Geechee Gotti. Is about your status in battle rap. That should have been the angle. You should have just treated him like he was a little nigga. That's it. That should have been the angle. But not all that Hollywood shit. The culture can be proud of what you went off and did and all that shit. Cool, man. You wilding out for 5 years, yeah. But you can't do that while he's telling you, while you was playing fourth quarters, I was selling 2 quarters and Junkies hitting it off the glass. You can't, what? You was playing 4 quarters, I was selling 2 quarters, and Junkies was hitting it off. What? Junkies was hitting it off the glass and you talking what? What? And Hitman crying, and I was having mic problems. That's why the crowd was booing. No, that's not why the crowd was booing. Both of y'all was having mic problems. It wasn't just you. Both of them was having mic problems. The angle was bad. He lost the crowd. He got the crowd back. He lost the crowd. He got the crowd back. He mad at the New York crowd now. Hitman has never been booed in New York, ever. And he from Louisiana. I mean, St. Louis. My bad. I'm thinking about official. He from St. Louis. Never been booed in New York. Because years ago, every URL event took place in New York. They only started traveling because of the shit that happened in New York. So they was forced to travel from city to city. He was never booed there. He was booed there because there's a disconnect, one, with the material. And that's going to happen to just about anybody. It was there when you battled Cassidy. That's why people think that battle was debatable. It's no way any battle rapper should have a debatable battle with Cassidy. Nobody. Cassidy is trash when it comes to battle rap. He won't listen to people. He don't get it. He's still trying to rap like he rapping on a song. You can't battle that way. Doesn't work that way. You don't have that type of time to be trying to do all that dumbass shit that he be trying to do. Over a beat, yeah, people, yeah, he said that, yeah. No, that shit ain't gonna work up there. But no, the angle was bad. There ain't nobody else gonna say that. None of the other bloggers gonna say the angle was a poor angle. Hitman was okay. And I think he tried to prove that he was the better rapper. And that wasn't, the crowd wasn't there to see you just rap. You supposed to be the performer guy. Mr. I ain't gonna have no remix, but had a remix in the first round. Remix was not that good in my opinion. You know what I mean? Easy 2-1. I'm not like the crowd was chanting 3-0, but I think it was 2-1. I think Hitman edged the first round. But after that, Easy second round and third round was probably his best piece of work that he has put on anybody's stage. It is. I don't see the only person. It's only two people, and I'm not being biased. It's only two people outside of Daylight and Lux, of course. I don't even think Mook can be easy at this point. Maybe B Dot can because of the style contrast. But outside of that, the only two people that I can think can be easy. One of them happened to be locked up, and that's Surf. Free to wave. Hopefully, come on. Chess ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He been on a and I think that's the only issue probably with URL taking their content, not putting any new battles on YouTube, is people that used to be fans of the culture and stepped away from the culture that might not be familiar with them moving their content over to the app and the live content over the Caffeine for free, because they're not putting shit on YouTube, on that YouTube channel, but promotional videos. They're not using that channel at all. Everything is on their app that's $7.99, or the live, the day of the event live on Caffeine. And even that, they slowed down on until they reworked that contract. So I think the next event will be on Caffeine. But he hasn't went nowhere. He's still gun titles. I'm actually surprised that he wasn't on Remy Car. You know what I mean? Daylight is supposed to be battling some UFC fighter, which is weird. Like, that be my thing. Like, these people, and I get the battle rappers, like, shout out to them. They gonna go get that bag no matter who got the bag, because that's the way a lot of those guys is living off of battle rap, which is a good thing. Battle rap has turned into its own entity. They don't really need, it used to be people battled to get a record deal. Now, with the amount of money that you can potentially make, you can live off of battle rap pretty good. Just look at Geechee Gotti House. Surf, even though Surf did movies, had a book, all that shit, it's a little different for Surf. But still, the bulk of his money came from battle rap. He was getting $45,000 a battle. It's ridiculous. Mook gets 60. You know what I mean? Fucking Lux number is what Lux number is. That's why y'all don't see Lux battling every fucking way. because he won't go off for that number. You're not gonna see him battling in somebody's backyard or in somebody's club unless they got the money to afford it. You know what I mean? The biggest problem with the culture, the biggest problem with battle rap, well, I don't even think it's a problem. The only reason why we still have control over battle rap is because the industry side of hip hop hasn't figured out how to make money off of it. They haven't figured that out. URL has figured it out, but because everybody wants to be bigger than them, nobody reaches out to them. Like when Eminem and them did the slaughter, the total slaughter shit. It would have been common sense. If that was me, the first phone call would have been to smack Beasley and Chico, like, yo, I got this thing that I want to do with battle rap. It's going to be a reality show. And then the event, I want y'all to consult on this project. That would have been the first thing I did. First thing, if you can look up that shit right now on YouTube, the premise of it, the premise with the reality show part of it, dope. Shout out to them. But the event didn't look like battle rap. Look at the crowd. That's not a battle rap crowd. And from what Joe said, they was giving tickets away to just people walking down the street. Because battle rap fans didn't even buy tickets to the event. They was giving tickets away. I know you're not talking about no cannabis. Oh, here, douche. Salute, but don't mention cannabis and battle rap in the same sentence. He tried to battle on King of the Dot and pulled out his rhyme book. Cannabis, no. I don't even know why y'all thought he was nice like that in the first place. I'm still confused about that. Maybe I'm the only person that's sitting on an island that never believed that he was nice like that. He never captured my attention. He never said nothing that made me say, yo, damn, let me rewind that. I didn't get. He was nothing special to me. Never have been. Nothing special to me. Even with him lying now. That's not why I'm saying what I'm saying. Not because he lying and shit now. I never saw why he was a big fucking deal. I didn't see it. Like, I remember seeing that goddamn video with all of them around the table rapping. Go look that up right now and you tell me, no matter what happened with everybody's careers at that table, he's the worst rapper at that table. And got a nerve to talk about, I should go last. I'm the anchor. I should go last. He had the work. Big Pun went first, or did X go first? I think the dog might have said fucking and went first, but he had the work, and he rapped his shit that he did against LL Cool J. Mike was better. Mike Dromino, I can't never say his name right. He was better than him at the table. Mos Def was sitting at that table. Definitely better than him. Pun can out-rap just about a lot of motherfuckers' favorite rappers. For real, for real. But I didn't get it. I didn't get it. It's like a Canada Keith Murray and shit. He rhymed some big words. Hey, okay. All right, what's next? It had no substance. There was no substance there. Okay. Give me I don't even know why I'm doing this because I know Ohead Dude's about to say some fuck shit. Okay, I can see. All right, let's say this. You give me one of his best bars that you remember. That you remember that has stuck with you. Like, you're like, damn, that was hard. And you never forgot it. You never forgot that bar. I guarantee you don't know one. I guarantee it. I guarantee you don't know what. We gotta stop this. He was not that nice. I'm tired of people pacifying this dude. Like I don't like the last thing, and then I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. Math and them said on his show, on Math Hoffa's show, they was talking about Big, and they was giving the reason why Big is the best, is the greatest of all time. And they said it's because Big did everything great. That's a lie. Big didn't do everything to begin with. See, this is why this is why I have a tough time with, like, some people shouldn't be talking about hip hop. If you can't talk about hip hop from a non-biased standpoint, Big might have did everything that you like well, but Big didn't do everything. He wasn't a well-rounded rapper. He had a good flow. His cadence was cool. He was a dope lyricist, all that. He was a good storyteller. But content-wise, the only thing that Big rapped about was women and street shit. That's it. That's it. That's all. So you can't say he did everything well, because he didn't do everything. Pac did everything. And everybody know I'm not the biggest Pac fan. This is me being non-biased because that's what I can do. Pac did everything. Nas does everything. It's not to say that they do everything well, but a Tupac album had something for everybody. Conscious shit, street shit, club shit. He's the most well-rounded artist in hip-hop, period. People like to say he's a contradiction. They say the same shit about him and Nas. It's a contradiction. One minute he say this, and then the next minute he say, no, that's Ben fucking human. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? But Big didn't do everything. He was great, yeah, but he didn't do everything. And maybe he didn't get a chance to live long enough to reach the point to start talking about the shit that they talked about earlier, because it took Jay-Z a long ass time to reach that point. Right? Because when you're worried about selling albums, there's certain conversations you stay away from. Because of the audience. The audience dictate that, right? It's some artists that could give a fuck about what the audience dictate, and there's some that's concerned with selling records. People want to be entertained. I'm gonna give them the shit that entertain them, and that's about it. And then you have the artist that's going to give you the content that they want to give you. They're going to rap about the shit that they want to rap about. And that's what those two guys did. And there's a couple of others. I'm just using them as a focal point. Ice Cube. It's somebody else that did everything. He did everything. Doesn't get the credit that he deserves as a lyricist. Doesn't get the credit at all that he deserves as a lyricist. For whatever reason. But he should. Scarface. While he didn't do everything, the things that he did do, he did very well. Pac made Illuminati a household name because he read that damn book. He didn't. Like him and fucking Prodigy. And actually, Pac wasn't even the first one that said it. Prodigy from Mobb Deep was. And that just happened to be a fact. Illuminati coming from my mind, soul, and my body. Everybody read that book when they was locked up. Everybody read Machiavelli, Prince Machiavelli in jail, the Blue Beam shit. Everybody read them shits when they was locked up. But it was where that myth started, yeah, in the industry. But that's a whole other conversation. I don't even want to talk about that. I mean, I just want to say when we see uh some of these people at these places where the people that have say so and control of this world are actually going to, that motherfuckers not allowed in, but then, know what I mean? Like this is the shit. Like we get so asphyxiated, and this is the thing that happens, especially with social media and especially with us. And I'm not saying that something like that don't exist. What I do know is the shit that do exist and the shit that's right there in front of our face that they do every single year. The Bloomberg meeting happens every year. Every year. All of them go up to Switzerland. They go up there. Nobody allowed in. 60 Minutes covered it a long time ago, one time, and they got them the fuck up out of there. You don't see a motherfucking soul look like us. You don't see a goddamn record exec neither. That little other shit up in the hills, the little men's club, I can't even, the name escapes me now. You can go online and look at the list of motherfuckers on there. Politicians, bank owners that come from a long line of money. Ain't none of them fucking people that y'all thinking of at these places. None of them. None of them. And that one, you could bring a +1 and shit. I'm just saying, I just wish that when it comes to that shit, when it comes to the conspiracy shit, that we still 10 years back. Like we haven't even evolved. We still thinking. I didn't want to say that because people gotta see it and figure it out for themselves. Right? Because I think that's the awesome part about being a skeptic. Because even when it's something that I believe, I fact check the shit that I believe. I find the shit wrong with what I think might be right. So the joy comes in the journey of finding the information and then questioning the information, but not just finding the information that matches what you believe, because that's what we do. We only look for the shit that agree with us. You find out really where your shit stand when you look for the shit that disagree with you. That's how you find out how solid that shit is. And that shit takes you to a whole nother place. You know what I mean? Whole nother place. You know what I mean? But I think it's fun. Plus, I like fucking with old head dudes when it comes to the conspiracy shit anyway. But I'm just saying, y'all be surprised of the actual truth is better than the shit that a lot of us think. The actual truth is way better. It's kind of how I feel about Eminem's 8 Mile, right? Like they did a whole lot stretching the truth in that movie when his actual story would have been way more better. What he actually went through, being bullied in school and beaten so bad he had to learn how to walk all over again. That would have been a much better story. I would have based the whole, if I would have been the person that did the screenwriting for that particular movie, I would have based the whole movie off of that. Like that would have been the plot, not the whole plot, but that would have been the starting point, because that's what you need for a protagonist. No, I Jay-Z top rapper. What? What are you talking about? Everybody know who my favorite rappers is. Why are we talking about Jay-Z? I don't fuck with Hov. I respect Hov. I think Hov is a dope lyricist and shit like that. If we talking about my personal favorites, but if we're talking about rappers in general, that's a different conversation. A lot of times when we're talking about best rappers, we talking about the people we like. We're not basing it off of criteria. We're not putting it anywhere. For me, Jay-Z, for me personally, is not in my top 5. It's in my top 10. He's not in my top 5. My favorite rappers are Nas, Scarface, Ice Cube. Like those my guys. Redman, Scarface, like those my guys. That if that's my go-to, if I am to choose. But if we're talking about hip hop in general, in a list of MCs, then it goes by era. You can't put, in my opinion, you can't put a Jay-Z or a Biggie or even a Tupac or even a Nas or anybody like that over at the top of a list over Rakim, KRS-One, Slick Rick, and those guys. You can't do that. So it has to be separation. It has to be a criteria. And then it has to go by eras. You just can't be like, oh, this person is number 1, this person is number 2. That don't, none of that makes sense. It has to be a criteria. It has to, like, the criteria has to have at least 2 classic albums. Has to be a 2-album minimum. Right? Content has to matter. Flowing, and it has to be a list of things that matter. I fuck with Kendrick. I think Kendrick is and as far as this latest era, it's only a few that can be in that conversation, and they're in a different conversation now, because now they're in the conversation with the other guys, him and Cole in the other conversation. You know what I mean? Schoolboy Q, it don't really excite me. Kendrick, that guy though. That guy, him and Cole is like, they are it when it comes to this. But it's so many more. It's so many other rappers that can rap. It's a group from California. Well, they bases in California. 3 of them are from Cali. One of them is from Philly, and one of them is from somewhere else. They call Coast Contra. Those boys can rap. All of them, the whole group, can rap. Most people don't know them, but they're putting up numbers. I mean, like their freestyles get 1 million views and shit like that. People always doing reaction videos to their freestyles and shit like that. Hopefully, people catch on that everybody, it is so many rappers now. It's so easy to become a rapper now that everybody's not trash. Everybody's not the so-called quote mumble rapper or trap rapper or whatever. But those kids can rap. Like if y'all ain't never heard them, y'all ain't never heard Coast Contra, look up Coast Contra. Yeah, Lux is dope. Lux been around for a long time though. He He never has been able to get the look within the culture I deserve, but as a underground artist, he's been able to predicate and still make good music as a battle rapper, because that's another stigma on battle rappers is they can't make good music when some of people's favorite actual rappers in the industry used to be battle rappers. DMX used to be a battle rapper. Jay-Z, Busta Rhymes, KRS-One, you name it. They battled. I never understood that saying. I don't get that. But no, I fuck with Kendrick. Kendrick and Cole is different. Like if it was such thing as a uh they're damn near MC wise, rap wise, art wise, content wise, flow wise, even with the uh what they do sonically, they damn near perfect MC wise. Like they have something that rappers from the previous generation didn't have. Some people played around with it. Some people did it well, but not as well as them. Like Pac did that rhythmatic flow shit. I can't deny it. I'm a fucking rider. You don't want to fuck. Pac did that. You know what I mean? But the way that this generation leans on that shit a lot more, they have been able to still be MCs and still mix that in at the same time. They're damn near, and I think the greatest is not nobody. It's not nobody that I consider the greatest of all time. It's not one person, because I think every MC has a flaw, has something that they're not good at, or has a whack project or something, right? So I don't think we have seen them yet, but they're damn near close to it. And I think eventually, I might not be around to see it. You might not be around to see it, but eventually somebody gonna get it. When history repeats itself and people go back to actually studying the game, something that Coach Contra definitely has done or have done. You can tell by the way that they rap, the beats that they rap over. They damn near there. I just know that they not. I hope, but I don't think that they're gonna get the attention they deserve unless somebody take them. Which I'm surprised nobody, especially on the West Coast, I'm so surprised nobody has reached out to collab with them, to give them a look or something. Like, it's the weirdest shit to me. And maybe it's just because of the way that we consume music. I don't fucking know. I don't think so. I think it's up to the artist. Like, look at, I'll give the perfect example. Nas, right? And I'm not being biased when I say this, but you take a look at Illmatic. Illmatic was something, he got a deal doing what he wanted to do in a climate that wasn't like that. That's why don't nothing sound like that project. I always tell people, like, you go back and listen to the projects that came out that same year in New York. West Coast was killing shit then. It's 3 albums that helped bring East Coast hip hop back. And that's 36 Chambers, Illmatic, and Ready to Die. But Illmatic and 36 Chambers changed the way a lot of people was rapping back then, especially from New York. Let's go back and listen to it. It changed the way a lot of motherfuckers was rapping on that side. And the context and the content of it and the sound of it, it don't sound like nothing else. And then fast forward from it was written, he's always been able to do, to make a long story short, and the fat girl was skinny. somehow he's always been able to do what he wanted to do, even in the confines of a label saying, we need you to do a radio song. His radio song for It Was Written was Me Against the World with Lauryn Hill. But if you listen to Me Against the World, If I Ruled the World with Lauryn Hill, if you listen to the song, the content and the context of the song is conscious. Every lyric, every bar, he's saying exactly what he wanted to say. It wasn't he didn't give a radio song like what was popular at that time, anything having to do with the girls, somebody shaking their ass. He did what he wanted to do and still ended up with a platinum project. Same thing happened with the shit with the kids singing. Columbia did not want that as his lead single. They said nobody would listen to that song. That's what Columbia Records told him. They wanted the song with Alicia. I can't remember the name of the song, but they wanted the song on that project that Alicia Keys was on to be the lead single. And Nas said no. He wanted I Am to be the lead single. And until this day, that single ended up being platinum during that time, and still one of his highest streaming songs to date is that song I Am, that he's straight up teaching Black history on. But they didn't believe in it. So a lot of times is, believe two things can be true at the same time. You're not wrong about your assessment. Labels job is to look at what the consumer, what are most of the consumers flocking to? You know what I mean? Like in movies. I don't know if many people know this, but they do the same thing with albums. But to use movies, for instance, when a movie is finished, the movie gets played in front of a test audience. And the test audience says what they like or disliked about the movie. Based on what the test audience say, that movie goes back to the screenwriter and the director, and they make the necessary adjustments to hopefully the next time the test audience see it, that they pleased with the product before it reached the people. Record labels used to do something similar, not so much no more because of social media. But back in the day, they used to have these first, they used to have showcases that to even get signed, you needed to have a fucking showcase in front of a bunch of execs. But and this is something that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know or can't find a record company doing it before Motown, but a lot of people adopted this after Motown. But Motown used to, if whatever song you came up with or whatever you did that you thought was going to be the one, they played it in the room full of people that mostly worked at Motown, and they decided whether or not they thought that that was going to be the record. And if they didn't think that was going to be the record, nobody heard the record. You had to go keep working until you found the record. And a lot of other record companies adopted that Motown system of doing things after the fact. Now, it could have took place before them. I can't find through research anybody that was doing it the way the Motown machine was doing it before them. But it's a lot of motherfuckers that was doing it after them. Doesn't take place no more just because nobody really need to now. You know what I mean? That's the kind of the purpose of mixtapes and shit like that now on these little websites, or putting a song on TikTok, is the test audience is now the people. It's going directly to the people to see how the people respond to it, react to it, and whether they like it, and then they decide whether or not they even gonna fuck with people. Like they're like, and artists not even realizing labels are literally sitting back, allowing artists to build themselves up and then they come. Then they come around. Because they really just want the content. That's all they want. They just want the content. They could give two fucks about anything else. Unless, as one record exec said, or one A&R said, unless it's a generational talent. But other than that, they don't care. They just want the fucking content. They just want to publish. That's all. They coming around for. But anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. I appreciate y'all for listening to me ramble for half of this recap. That wasn't even supposed to be this long. But I had a couple of things I wanted to say anyway. But y'all be easy. Salute. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. Play maybe a song or two. I don't even know if I want to call this a show. Because the rest of that shit wasn't even planned. But, you know what I mean? But y'all be easy. Appreciate y'all. Liz, it's always appreciated. You know, you literally been here since day one. I know I've told you this before, but I appreciate you. You've been here. For y'all that don't know, Liz was one of my first subscribers that wasn't a family member. That just happens to be the truth. I have never forgotten her. She's always been here. She's been here when it only used to be her sometimes, and then when Capo came, her and Capo hit. Some of the best shows I had. And then later, her, Capo, and Old Head Douche. But, you know, she literally been here since day one. I've been here for going on 4 years now. And Liz has been a subscriber of this channel since then. She had watched the content change 3 different times. And still stayed even when other people left. I appreciate you. Thank you. I just wanted to say that. I don't think I can say that enough. But I do appreciate you. Y'all be easy. I'm out of here.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. 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 Can I kick it? Yes,